guys, Mike Mcerlane with another episode of Workout 101 on workouttrend.com right here at The Gym, the personal home fitness studio of Dr. Jim Stepani and myself. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about skull crushers or an overhead barbell triceps extension. A lot of people, when they do triceps movements, they stick to the traditional movements, you know, to where they're doing, if this was a cable bar, you know, regular triceps press down, standing movements, utilizing a cable, some overhead movements. A lot of people are familiar with the skull crushers. There's a couple little tips and techniques I want to review with you guys so you can maximize the ability to try and grow more of a horseshoe shape in the back of your arms. Because doing overhead movements primarily target the long head of the triceps. So if you look at the anatomy of the triceps, you have the shorter or the medial head here, you have an inner head, and you also have the longer head, which is primarily responsible for that real nice belly in the arms. So it's responsible for, if you want that nice belly at the bottom of your arms, it's like the peak of your triceps, okay? So when you're doing triceps movements, you want to emphasize that part of your arm. It's always good to have an extended or an overhead position. You can do that with the cables, you can do it seated holding a dumbbell. One of the movements I like to do, because you can really maximize the load, a lot of times you're limited to how much you can actually do on the cables, because when you're on a cable, you have to position yourself in a good position for leverage. And that leverage can sometimes take the load off of the actual triceps, because you can lean forward and kind of cock yourself forward. And a lot of bad techniques can actually take the emphasis off of the muscles. But because you're lying in a prone position here, you really don't have a lot of room to cheat. You're supported by the bench, which is a good thing. But the other thing is that I want you to understand the position of the arms. So when I do this exercise, I want you to really focus on where my arms are. So let's get going. The idea, a lot of people have their feet up, and don't do that, guys. Whenever you're laying back on a bench, unless you're doing it for a different purpose, primarily have both feet onto the ground. But as you press up here, one of the things I like to do is I don't like using a closed grip where I grab the bar here when I'm doing triceps movements. In a bench press, you're damn right, I'm wrapping my thumb. But for triceps, stuff like this, I don't. And what that does is it eliminates and takes out the ability for you to actually flex about the forearms and having the forearms and brachioradialis and other forearm muscles assisting in the movement. So as you press up here, a lot of people will just sit here and just come down and back up, and that's fine. But notice the position of my hands here, my upper arm. It's in a vertical position. Now remember, this weight is vertical. It means it wants to go straight up and straight down. I am moving it in an arcing fashion. So what happens here, if I have my elbows straight perpendicular with the floor in my body here, the load doesn't really start applying to the muscle until I start and break right here. Now I have the entire load onto the triceps. As I come down in full extension here, it's still here. But right here upon lockout, there's not a whole lot of real load placed onto my triceps. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and shift my arms back a little bit away from me. Right now, the ability for me just to hold this up here, my triceps are actually activated, which means you're getting what's called constant tension applied to the triceps. You don't want to let your elbows flare out. You want to squeeze them tight here. And as you go down, allow the bar to travel behind your head to a real good full extension. And then as you come back up, you're squeezing up and just extending, pushing, squeeze. You want to try and like squeeze your shoulders and your pecs together, and you're really going to feel that. Let your hands, don't keep your hands straight like this. Let your hands actually flare back like this, okay? So we have a supinated position, but your palms are really up, and your palms are really acting as hooks here, okay? So squeeze here. You got to squeeze the elbows together, lean back, come back. Oh, and I can really feel that. That probably didn't sound too good, but. And that is going to place the load onto the area, the back, the long head of the tricep, which you want. The further extension that you have, the better it's going to be. Now, the further you go back, the lighter you have to go, because it's going to be very difficult for you to hold that weight, especially in the extended position. So try it with a little bit lighter weight. Get the form down. But remember, key points, okay? Thumb under, grip position. Let your wrists just sit back, act like hooks. Lean that bar back over your head, constant tension applied. Squeeze those elbows together here, down and up. Don't let your upper arm move where your humerus is at. Oh, And you're really gonna feel that in the long head of your triceps. All right, guys, so if you want a workout program that I designed that utilizes this specific movement, should be listed below if you're watching this video on workouttrainer.com. If you guys have any questions about this movement or anything else, please ask me wherever this video is posted, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or workouttrainer.com. If you guys have specific questions for myself, you can always hit me up on Twitter at Mcerlane20, or go to the Workout Trainer Facebook page, post there, or the Workout Trainer website. Click above on community where the drop down says trainers. Find myself, Mike Mcerlane, ask me a question, we'll get back to you. Until next time, guys, Mike Mcerlane coming to you from the gym. Take care.